we were discussing inbound process. We started inbound with basic inbound flow. We understood what warehouse task is, warehouse orders are, warehouse orders comprises of warehouse task, and then every task is part of one or the other order. We are in process of understanding how tasks are confirmed through RF through desktop, and then as we go ahead, we'll understand about how we can optimize. How many orders can be created for, whether it can be one task per order or we can group multiple tasks into an order. So how that optimization works, we will discuss that as we go ahead. Then we spoke about availability group in detail. So the important summary points were that every store location stock in EWM will be represented by a different stock type. So unrestricted stock is given a different code. In store location 1000, the same unrestricted can be given a different code in store location 2000, and so on. So we could also dedicatedly assign each storage type to a specific store location stock by assigning it to an availability group. Okay, so we spoke about availability group in detail. We have configured availability group, and then we started our strategies. In strategies, we discussed how to determine storage type. In storage type, we understood different parameters, the portable control indicator, the process type, the stock types, quantity classifications, and then we tested the storage type determination to make sure the product goes into the right section, right storage type. Then we activated storage section search in 8003. We have activated and maintained the configuration. Then the third check was the bin type HU type check, which is also optional. We activate that at a storage type level. And once we activate that storage type, we have to do some more configs like defining bin types, HU types, and then controlling which bin type goes to which HU type is allowed in the warehouse, which HU type is allowed in the storage type, and then which HU type is allowed in a bin type. I mean, which pallet is allowed in a storage type first, and then which bin is allowed, where this pallet is allowed to get stored. So we have discussed this in detail with an example by checking, all the Euro pallets, they go to low level bin. All the cartons, they go to high level bin. And if there are no high level bins available, they'll go to low level bins. Okay, so we have tested this HU type check. Then we started discussion on our strategies. We spoke over different strategies and the controls at strategy, what additional configurations are required. So we discussed about empty bin, next empty bin, near fixed bin, open storage, manual storage. What basically most of the storage is they don't need additional config. Just an indicator in the storage type is enough. But some strategies they need configuration, specific configuration like fixed bin storage. We need a checkbox in the storage type config saying that it's a fixed bin storage. So we have discussed the strategy, the basic idea behind each of the strategy and config and the reason and what is the difference and what we have to keep in mind when we are proposing any strategy to business. What are the drawbacks? For example, in addition to stock, FIFO can be compromised. I would not say drawback, but some of the points they need to consider before going ahead with certain type of strategy. So we'll configure the bulk storage. Okay, we are going to focus on the bulk, and while we are going to get the stock into the bulk storage, because our finished good main area for the finished good store is bulk storage. This is most common strategy for for the pallets and for the product that we are using in a pump. They are basically stored in bulk on a pallet in a bulk storage. So let us first understand what is bulk storage, and then we can talk about the different configuration, do the configuration, and test the configuration. Okay, so we have slightly touched upon bulk storage. So bulk storage is basically there are no racks. So these are basically the pallets kept one above the other, when behind the other they are stacked. So this is called as bulk storage. Okay, don't get confused when we say bulk with bulk means some bulky material kept in open yard or something. It's not like that. Bulk means the pallets are kept one above the other, And the bin is a lane marking on the floor. So in some of the pictures, I think you can see that there are markings on the floor. So this one complete lane is one bin. So like in the case of racking, this is one bin, complete bin. In case of next empty bin, high bay rack. Sometimes, you have two bins there. There is no partition, but there are two separate barcodes for the two pallet storage. So for storing each pallet into a bin, one bin, one physically looking space can have two bins. But in case of bulk, it is always the floor markings. Okay, they are the bins. So if you look from top, a bulk storage would be like this. So this is one lane. So this would be a bin 8001, 8004. So in our warehouse, 8004 is bulk storage. So this could be, 8001. There are no aisle stack levels. I could, just simply say 0001 dot 8004 dot 01, 8004 dot 02, 8004 dot 03, 8004 dot 04, 8004 dot 05, 6, 07. So if you look from top, this is how it will be, seen. And if you see, there'll be pallets kept over. Let's say, we have pallets here. So one Euro pallet, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you look typically, from here, from top, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can see, you can, let's say, place 12 pallets here. Let me make it slightly smaller so that it will be easy for calculation. Okay. So let's say this is a plane. There are eight pallets. They can be kept one behind the other here. Okay. So if I say this is a top view, okay. So it again, depends on type of pallet. So one important thing about bulk storage is handling unit is mandatory. And we know now, if handling unit is there, then HU type is there. There are a lot of controls at HU type level. HU type for a handling unit, the HU type comes from the packaging material type. In the warehouse packaging view, we have maintained it. So for Euro pallet, let's say E1. So when a pallet comes in the HU, we have HU type as as an important field. So we know, that this is Euro pallet type E1, and then we can set up controls based on that Euro pallet. So let's say, we have even kind of a pallet, okay, in a bulk storage. So let's define our bulk storage for, our pumps. If we look at this, bin 8004.01 on a side view, it will look something like this. Let's say it goes to 3 high. Okay. So if you look from here, look from this side, okay, and you look here, it would be this high, 3 high, so it will 8, and then above 8, and then above that 8. So total 24 pallets can be stored into one bin. So now basically, what we do here is we maintain the capacity, So now 24 can be stored. It becomes a capacity for that lane, for that storage, isn't it? So how the capacity is, defined at a place called a config called as bulk storage, a bulk structure.
And Johan, is this type of storage is it restricted to a specific material? So you assign a specific because if I'm storing pallets, but pallet can have any material on it. Do we control that as well? That this 8004.01 has to be only this material. Do we do?
Yeah, you can control that based on product also. That only so and so product is allowed if it comes into a pallet, and we'll see that in the bulk structure of product can be said. So bulk structure, we define basically, the capacity, I would say, So we have HU type, we have bin type, okay, we have bulk storage indicator, which is in the product master, we have stack, we have height, and we have maximum number of HUs. So here, what we have is, for this example, let's say, we have even type of a bin, even type of a pallet. Okay, so let's say we create bins. These bins are of type, let's say B001. Okay, let's say a bin 8006 and 7 are slightly wider ones. Yeah, they're double the size. So why we, and let's say we give them a type B002 because their width is slightly more. So sometimes, you may see a change because of, some pillars or some markings, or, here because of pillars, we decided to have this size, but here, there are no pillars, so we can have a wider bin. Okay. So let's say we have bin types, which what types of bins, based on their, in this case, their length or, their width, you can define certain bin types. Okay. So let's say if even type of a pallet is coming into your storage type 8004, bin is of type B1, you can stack 8, 3 high, maximum you can store 32. Okay. So what we are basically saying here that we are giving the capacity. Okay. Now, it, bulk storage indicator is blank here. That means it's applicable for all the products. But let's say there is a product which comes into the same pallet, goes into the same bin, but it's a bulky product. Okay. So you can,
Sorry, can you explain this stack and a height? What is it in your side view? What is the 8 here and what is 3 here?
this is 8.
Okay, next to each other,
Yeah.
right?
Stack one behind the other, they are arranged. There's a
Okay,
stack.
okay,
Height is how high it is going. 3
okay.
high.
On top, okay, one on top of other. That's fine. Thank you.
So if you count this, these are 32, no, not
Yes,
24, 24.
yes, I
Sorry.
agree. That's
My bad.
that's fine. Okay,
So these are 24 number of HUs can be stored.
thank you.
So now let's say, so now what can material influence here? So if you see here, these are arranged 8. So if it comes a different, a different pump type of special pump we have, it is going to get stored in the same pallet. So, stack would not change. Okay. Even the height would not change. Let's say we create a material, we say it's type B1, bulk storage indicator 1. It will be stacked the same way because the pallet size is same. It is coming to the same pallet, into the same bin. But what may change is how you stack them. So if it's a bulky material, you may not stack them just to maintain the balance. You may not stack exactly 24. Okay, you may stack slightly less to make sure the weight is balanced. So I would stack, so my max like this. So I would arrange the pallets like this. So instead of 24, 8, 6, 14, 15, 16, 17, I will store 18 HUs. So this is the capacity. When we see into the system, we'll see the capacity is recorded at a bin level, that what is the maximum number of HUs can be stored, and capacity depends on your material, on your bin, and on the type of pallet. Okay. Then you may ask me, what if the pallet contains more than one material? So it is important for a bulk storage, no mixing of products in HU, no mixed storage. You cannot get in more than one product into a HU, because then we will not be able to define capacity, because we can only store one product. We can only maintain one indicator for one product, and if there are more than one, then those kind of calculations are not possible in standard. So SAP says you have to get the same palette with the same material, then you can define this.
Please, this the last one more time. The where we have the maximum number of HU 18. How this become 18? Just one more time, please.
So you may not see 32, sorry, 24. How it became 24? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now what I'm saying is, I'm not storing. See, if you see a pallet storage, if you store like this, the pallets which are stored in the corner, if they are heavy pallet, they'll tend to fall, right? Or they will tend, if there is some crane going overhead, or it can impact the overall balance. So who takes that call? We don't take that call. Business takes that call. So every lane, when it goes to actual warehouse designing, they do this calculation. There is a lot of based on the type of pallet, the type of bin, how high it is going. They have certain rules, or they have certain parameters. They use that for calculation. So let's say if it is a carton, okay, a lightweight carton, then if it is kept here, it's not a problem. Even if it falls, not an issue. But a Euro pallet, very heavy pallet is kept here, and there are chances that it may fall down. The weight, or there are also chances that these pallets at the bottom, they are carrying weight of the pallets above them. Okay, so there are chances that the weight balance will be lost. These pallets may be given a weight more than their capacity. So if at all, I attached, I have a 24 here, but these pallets, they cannot sustain weight for 32 for 24 pallets. The weight carrying capacity of the pallet is, the sum of the weight carrying capacity is less than that. So these weight get distributed into the bottom pallet. So all those have to be considered, and then they will, basically, you have to tell this to business, and they will tell you the maximum number of HUs that can be kept in a bin. So it can be, the idea is, it will not always be 32. It can be less than 24. It can be less than that.
So here, the thing, so the HU type will not change in that case. Now
Why?
we have taken
It's the same
HU type
type.
even, so HU type will remain same. Because here, if it is a Euro pallet, then the dimension of the Euro pallet is same, right, Ramin? So it will be whatever the dimension of the Euro pallet, it will be the same. So that's why, because then it is, if my Euro pallet dimension is, then yes, I can have a different label of heights, can go high and low, but at the base level, it will remain same. So
the pallet is not changing. We haven't changed the pallet here, right?
Yeah,
We've just changed the material in the pallet.
Material in the pallet, yeah.
So if a pallet changes, let's say, we get a different type of pallet, the same bin, but now it's a bigger pallet.
Yeah.
Then my structure would change.
So when we see this production scenario, see this control cycle will come into the picture, right? From GR staging area to quality area, and quality to reconciliation, and again it will go to the higher bulk rack, and again the part is split into the based on the requirement and keep it into the rack in and production supply area, right? In that, this BSI will control in that scenario.
No, production supply area is not a bulk storage.
Okay.
So you have to define at the warehouse level. So production, why I'm saying production supply area cannot be a bulk storage, because in production supply area you can have products without handling units. So the first rule fails. You just imagine, in a production area, do you always get product in handling units? Do you always put material into your while assembling or manufacturing? You entirely consume the handling units? No.
Yeah, you will find most of the things in production supply area, they prefer only fixed bin concept, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But my question here is that so when we go for the control cycle, this all link, right? For example, some product linked with the bulk storage. That is, for example, some pump assembly. Okay, the pump keep in bulk storage area, and they pick that product from that particular bulk storage area and keep in production area. Is in BSI will control in that scenario?
Sure, I think both are different things. What we are doing here is different, and control cycle, when it comes, that will just separate scenario altogether. Because here, what we are looking how we will do the put away in the bulk storage, and the strategy.
So this is
I'm talking about the BSI. BSI is the right indicator. BSI indicator. That
what is BSI again, please? What does it stand for?
It's a storage
indicator, right? Bulk storage indicator.
Bulk storage indicator.
Hey, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Sorry, Shiva, come again. What you're saying for a bulk storage indicator?
No. What is first? Let me understand what is the significance of this bulk storage indicator.
So if the same pallet,
Yeah.
same bin, but a different material is coming, and you want to control the stacking. If it's a heavy material, you don't want to stack entire 24. You want to stack less number of hatches because the weight of the product is more, and you don't want to spoil the balance, or maintain. You want to maintain the equilibrium so that the product or pallet doesn't fall down. If there could be some risk, or the weight capacity of the low level HUs can be exceeded.
Okay, got it. So based on the product capacity, we can maintain this PSA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine.
But in the real world, if I'm stacking this BSI B1 in this 18 now, so would I stack everything with B1, or can I have a material A which is still a B1 and material B which is also B1 because it's just an indicator? So would I mix and match my pallets? I shouldn't, right? How system would
No.
control that?
No mixed storage, only one pallet at a time. You cannot have E1 and E2. That's what I said.
You cannot have it.
No
Okay.
mixing. No mixing.
I thought there was no mixing of pallets even. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
When you say product is pallet, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we have bigger size of bins, yeah. Oh, sorry, bigger size of pallets. Then we can only store 4 stack, but it can go 3 high as well. E2 pallets in B001. And let's say instead of 12, we say no, let me not store 12. I can only accommodate 10. See, I mean, most of the time, if you're not sure, you keep it as 12. But yeah, you should let your super users know that you can control the capacity, how much they want to store. And this is very, very common strategy in warehouse management. So it was there in WM also. And if they're using any other legacy system, they might be knowing these things. And it is exactly the same way standard used everywhere.
This is the exercise what business has to do along with us, right? Because
I prefer explaining this and giving this table to them. I tell them, fill it up, get it from your engineering team, and give it to me. We'll configure.
Probably this planning happened when we set the warehouse layout, right?
Yeah. So storage type definition and strategies, not exactly the layout, but it depends. You can discuss during put away, picking, anytime you can discuss. So let's say, we have B002 bins, which are slightly wider. We can store, 2 pallets side by side. So let's say we can store, 16 here, and here we can store 8. I mean, it's like double the size. Okay? So let's say I can store 16, 48. Let's say I'll store 42 here, and I'll store again, 24 here. B002. Okay, E002. I'll just say 22. So they will, visualize this, and they will do their calculation and tell you what is the maximum number of HU that can be stored. So basically, you need to first define, the bin types. Look at the lanes, and if there are 3 types of lanes, say B001, 2, 3. Keep it simple. The pallets that are coming, you might have designed them as part of your, packaging specifications or inbound receiving process, how the pallets or the handling unit management, wherever it is designed, you would already know what kind of pallets you're going to receive the finished products into. And then you just have to agree on this structure. Once you know the structure, then you just have to configure this in system. Okay. So this configuration is exactly same in system. I'll show you where we can, configure bulk storage, and where we can, how will system know that the storage type is a bulk storage type. Okay. And then, for that bulk storage type, this additional, structure configuration is required. Where do we do that? Let's see that first. So if you look here, 8004, since you have copied standard, you can see a field here called the storage behavior. It is 2, which is bulk storage. Okay. Then you also have, you can see here, put away rules. Okay, which is 2. That means you are adding stock to the same bin. Okay. And if there is no stock of that HU, then you will take out that, you will go for another bin. Okay. If there is no stock for that product, you'll go for another bin. So for example, if at all this is like this, there's space here, you will try to add pallets to the same bin. Okay, so that you can make full use of your bulk.
That what is a consultation group? Actually, one option is there, right?
That we'll discuss in outbound in the consultation.
Okay, fine.
Not
Thank you.
used here.
Okay.
If you go back to the Excel, please. So the first row, the first column, and it is a one bin, right? It is a one bin.
This is one bin, 804.2.
0.1. So okay, so in the bulk storage, so right now, suppose like the way you have taken away the last two from row number 91 and 92, if you take away the E, so I will assume that this is the empty palette. So all are filtered.
This empty space here.
Empty space, sorry. Yeah. So it will first fill this bin, right?
Yes.
And once this bin is filled, then it will jump to the next place, like here.
Okay, let's say, and one more point you should consider here, like, see these bins, if E2 palette is stored here, okay, so now in outbound, let's say we take all these E2s out, it became empty. So next palette can be E1. So the bin capacities will be changing. So now the bin capacity of 8004.2 is 10. Okay, but after it became empty, I started placing E1 there. So once it is empty, any kind of palette can be stored. So in 8004.2, 403, I can store E2 or E2. So the first palette I place into that bin, system calculates the capacity accordingly.
Okay. So whatever the first palette type is there, HU type is there, that will be considered going forward unless it become empty.
Yeah. Then you can see handling unit is mandatory here. Okay. Other thing, you can see that mixed storage is not allowed, as I told. Mixed storage with different batches of the same product. So product is there, but you cannot have different product. Within the HU also, you can see mixed storage is not allowed. Or we can also say, allow several batches of the same product, because, the batches, they don't have, much difference in weight.
And where have we defined it can go maximum 20 or
that will come now.
8?
That's the next one.
That will be there.
Yeah.
Okay. At the moment, storage type here.
Yeah. So this is where we define a storage type is a.
Sorry, can you go back? Yeah, can you go back one more time, please? So in the storage behavior, we have seen that it's a bulk and the pallet option out there. 3 options over there. So just top level, just to recall that, what is the difference between the pallet and the bulk? Because the bulk is also a pallet is mandatory, right?
No, pallet is a different kind of a.
Yeah. But how?
It's a racking. It's a racking.
So when it is a racking, then we are saying it's the pallet storage, right?
Yeah. So in one pallet, in one rack, you can store more than one HUs.
Yeah.
So you create sections in that bin. So one bin, ideally, we are storing, or everywhere you will see, in case of racking, it is one HU per bin. Somewhere else they come and tell we want to store 3 HUs in a pallet, in a rack bin. So that strategy is there, but that is not much used. You always find, one HU per bin. That makes it very simple. So we can put away rules, and we come here, the bulk storage. I define the structure over here. Clear the log.
This is some tall?
Yeah. Okay. Clicking the log entry. Okay. So here we are. If you see, I hope there will be no entry for 8004. Yeah. So I'll make an entry here. Warehouse, HU type, bin type. Okay, it's like warehouse. First is bin type, then HU type. I swap these fields. Bin type, HU type, standard. Okay, now let me enter a warehouse here. And storage type. Then 8004. Just copy paste it. It's easy for me. Then we haven't created bins of type B001 and 2. Let us create those bin types and come again. We have created bin types of low level and high level bins for our high pay storage, for our 8001 storage, but we didn't create here. So let me create quickly. So let's study for B001 storage 1 next 34 B002 storage. Okay. Then also let me ensure the.
Where would I make a relationship that which will define if it's even? It's only where is that where I define my handling unit relationship with this, because that is critical, right? Because if I take even, I can store 8. But if I take E2, I can only store 4. So there must be a relationship between the handling unit and my.
And we have covered that many times.
We have covered that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
So
that's
if
fine.
anybody would like to answer,
Yes, please.
we have covered it in packaging specification. We discussed that in handling units. We discussed the same thing in inbound. We discussed in last week also when we were discussing about bin type check. So how we know HU handling unit is E1 or E2? Anyone would like to try answering that?
That's the strategy for the bin type and storage unit type determination. HU type within the storage bin determination.
The HU type, it comes from your packaging material.
Yeah.
So what material you use for packing, it comes from there. So E1 is here. So every handling unit I create with Euro palette, it will have E1.
No, this one I get it. My question is, this is even because at the moment in my bulk storage, what I've created a bulk storage indicator to define bulk storage, or we have a normal, right, where we can stack. But now in my, as you say, first E1 or E2 will define how many I can stack because that's what the configuration I've done indicator wise. That all is good. But then how the system will, this is the relationship. My bad. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
So
Yeah. This is the relationship I was asking. E1, V1, and 18. That's okay. Got it.
I think I thought you were asking where the E1 comes from.
No. This relationship I was asking. Okay.
This is the same thing. Same
Yes.
config I've just pasted here. That's it. So now before we start storing our finished products, let us, change all the storage type bin types, to B001 and 2. Since we have introduced a new bin type, B004, I think I have created now quite number of bins in the warehouse so that we can use them for testing. So what I'll do, I'll just say change bins and I will change their bin types to B001 first, and then some of the ones I'll change them to B002 random ones. Yeah, I'll just select few of them. So storage bin type is changed, let's say 30 odd bins, yeah. So one more, possible scenario could be, let's say a pallet comes with E3. Will it be allowed to store here or not with the existing config? Let's say I get a pallet E3.
If you go back to the SAP, okay, within the SAP, if you go to the storage bin type determination, the node over there,
that node will not be considered here.
That's what. So if you look at the storage bin type storage bin storage bin determination. Okay, now if you go to the, where is it? Yes, HU type for bin type. Yes, you open that one. Yes, please. For each bin type. So now here we have a bin type and we have assigned the bin type in the structure as well, right? So this will not be considered in case of the bulk.
This will not be considered because bulk has its own definition. Yeah. Okay. What is allowed, what is not allowed. So if you get an E3 and it's not maintained here in the structure, you'll not be able to store it. You'll get an error message.
Okay, thank you.
So at this point now we have bins ready. Let's quickly create pack spec for our finished product. A finished product is, let me store this finished product into the warehouse. Okay, so I'm going to add some stock and store it into bulk storage. There are two things we'll try to understand here. How the capacity looks into bulk storage, and you can also see more than how this system goes to another bin after the capacity is reached. And then we'll also see basically we are setting a good number of stock at this moment now because we will start outbound. So we'll use this stock for our outbound picking. So let me create a pack spec for our finished product, but I think we haven't extended.
What will happen to E3 type based on the configuration?
Yes. E3 comes, system will not allow it.
Not allowed.
So Ron, this I'm not able to. We did this spec specification topic is covered so far. We have covered that.
Yes.
Specification in full. Yeah, just here.
So I want to use my finished products for my outbound testing. So let me extend this to my sales area quickly and let me also maintain the accounting view. PL34 in 4000 store location, S434. Let me put it as normal.
So we are extending this product for the outbound process, right?
Yes. We are extending this product to a warehouse. Okay. The main aim is to extend it to a warehouse, but I'm also extending the sales use so that we can use it for our outbound process also. So before we could, I'm just going to add, see for this finished product, the main way to have stock in the warehouse would be through production receipts. So we will cover production after outbound because we have to understand outbound strategies and all. So we'll not be able to receive them via production before we do outbound. So I'm going to add stock manually over here. I don't want to change anything. And we have to create a put away control indicator so that directly goes to 8004. Oh yeah, we have one finished. Okay. So now this product is ready. We can receive it. Yeah. We need to create pack spec because the pump is going to get stored into Euro pallets. Okay. As per our structure, it will go to Euro pallets and it will go to maintain store location 4000. It will go to Euro pallet and 4 piece into a Euro pallet. That's how the pack spec should be. So I'm going to create my pack spec here really quick and make sure.
This is the finished product we are using now, because before that the process what we have run so far, it was for the raw materials. Now this is a finished product, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Pack spec for F100. Copy, take this, and then. So why I'm creating pack spec? Because the pallet size, we know the pallet size. So I'm going to create a lot of pallets, maybe 30 odd pallets, and I don't want to pack them manually. The same pack spec will be used if same pack spec will be used while we receive from production as well. 4 pieces into 1 Euro pallet. Yeah, just one level of packing for my finished products. And let me go and maintain the determination. I think it's WH34 supply chain unit. The product is D-F100. It's not coming from any supplier. I'm going to do a good receipt without PO or a 561. I will do that and then we'll receive it. The pack spec is ready. It's activated.
Just one thing over here. If this product, so I have this product. So the scenario is I can get this product from the supplier, as well as I can produce this product within the factory, within the company. Now, if I'm getting this product from the supplier, in that case, I can add one more line, right, Rohan?
Yeah.
OBID, and there I can give from in place if I will give the vendor name, then it will consider that material packaging specification. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Come back again, please. What was that?
Now, this TF100, this is a product, this is a finished product. So this can be my co-pack. I can get from my co-packer as well as I can produce in-house. So now the first line entry, what is done? In this case, there is no supplier, then it will consider this packaging specification. If I'm getting the same product from the supplier, I can add one more line from where in the from column and can give the supplier name. And in that case, it will consider that packaging specification. So the packaging specification can also change.
You can create multiple pack spec for a material. You can the same 4 pieces, and a supplier gives you 8 pieces. Another supplier gives you can get another pack spec.
Okay, another pack spec. Okay, thank you.
And how we add a supplier, so it's a kind of a condition record if it's from.
One question here: this scenario is applicable only for fixed vendor, right? Fixed vendor concept, right? See, the same material supply with the different vendor is not possible, right?
See a pallet size. Let's say in case of dual sourcing, what is your pallet size? Is it 4 for all the vendors? You keep your vendor blank here. Ship from blank. Some supplier gives you 6, some supplier gives you 8, some will give you 4. You keep on creating those pack specs for those suppliers' name.
Oh, separate pack supply. Yeah, okay.
So one pack material can have separate pack specs, several pack specs. Each of them will have a different ship from.
Okay.
So wherever we have the variation, there we have to create a pack spec. Otherwise, it will be the generic can be used.
Yeah, try to use generic number of entries. We'll keep it less. Only where multiple sourced or dual sourced, then in that case we'll have multiple ships.
And during the data load activity, Rohan, how this you may be covering it later, but how we do this exercise? This is something LSNW, BDC.
I think we have covered that.
We have covered that.
Yeah. So we have also attached the upload file for pack spec also here somewhere. Yeah. It's upload file in a transaction.
Okay. Thank you.
So what I was saying, let us bring a lot of pallets, lot of stock for this material, because in outbound we'll be doing a lot of scenarios, and we don't want to get stuck. Like stock is not there, and then we keep on adding the stock. So let us add stock now. I cannot create a purchase order because generally we don't create a purchase order for finished products. Yeah, and we don't have the production order set up yet. So what I'm going to do, let me try a good receipt other via 561 format type. Yeah, let's see. I hope it should work. So this will create an inbound delivery, and then that inbound delivery we can use for our processing. So delivery created through vendor inbound or this.
This is a standard behavior that it is getting a creating an inbound delivery, or there's additional setup
This is standard
for the
behavior.
standard behavior.
If you've done the integration correctly, then it will work.
And I will be
Not
able to see
standard.
that inbound delivery here in this material document
Okay.
later.
Directly create a delivery. It will not create a material document.
I mean, like, will it? So if I go back to this, if I display this, can I see that inbound delivery? No.
Nothing has been done.
This material, you can only display material documents here.
Document.
Material document is not created. Inbound delivery is created.
Okay, it's not linked to this.
No, material document did not get posted. So it created a delivery, and that delivery. So coming back to the previous question, do you need to do any other setting? Whatever config we have covered during our integration, if all those are done, then it will work fine. Okay. Has it get handling units? Yes, it has. We have a lot of handling units now. And now let me do a good receipt and let's observe the put away. Okay, so before we go into the further details, let us see the issue type here. It's a even. Okay, so you can see the pack spec number also here, but yeah, that is not relevant for us. We need to see even where it is going in even. Is it going in B001?
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Bin type, where we can see all the bin type related in inbound delivery.
Bin master. You don't have bin type in inbound delivery. It's specific to bin. So we are getting one error. Okay, we will look into that error. So here you can see just trying to put everything into 01, and then it is trying to go to 02 as well, and maybe some more. So it is like
One stack.
So the capacity is, so we have around 200 pieces, so it is around 50 pallets. Yeah, so 50 pallets. So when bin can accommodate 24, so bin 1 24, bin 2 24, bin 3 2. The remaining 2 are going in bin 3. Okay. So I think this configuration, SAP has made it mandatory now. Storage type control bulk storage. Let me make an entry here. See here, the error is because we do not have an entry here. What does entry controls in 8004? Do you allow partial quantities to be stored and to be picked? So yes, we do allow partial quantities because sometimes you don't want to allow partial quantities. You only want to put away for the full pallets and pick full pallets. So we do allow them because some customers may want some less than a pallet quantity, so we should allow it. Sometimes it may not be allowed because it may not be feasible physically to take the pallet down, open it, remove a part. Okay, so in those cases, system will not allow you to remove partial quantities. There is another field here, put away block. Put away block is, if you want to block the put away.
But we are not doing a partial quantity there, right? We are doing full. Why it is giving an error when we're doing a full pallet?
It won't give error in full pallets. Do you want to allow partial?
No, but you had error, right? You just suggested
Because the setup was missing.
Entry is required here. An entry,
Okay,
this
entry.
config is required.
Okay.
So I can keep it blank; it will still work. But yeah, this indicator does not impact. Since I'm maintaining this config, I'm telling you the indicators.
What is this time limit, Rohan?
I'm coming to that. So you first have a put away block. So put away block is where you have to block the bins. Okay, on the first from the first stock removal. So system will automatically block the bin. So let's say this bin is full now. You might have observed, or maybe this could have crossed your mind. If you remove E1, then you again add E1 over here. The bins at the bottom will never get picked, at the back end will never get picked. You keep on removing stock and adding to the same bin. There are chances that, see, anyways, FIFO cannot be guaranteed here because in the same bin you're adding stock. We said, adding stock, FIFO is compromised. So here we are adding stock. So there are chances that the last bins in the pallets in the corner will stay there for years. So what we generally do is, we say as soon as you remove stock from this bin, the first once the bin is full, okay, and when bin is full or there is some stock in the bin, once you remove stock from the bin, it should be blocked or put away. So it will be blocked until unless you take everything out. Once you take everything out, it will be unblocked.
This is last LIFO kind of. Okay.
So that ensures you are adding stock till you remove stock. Once you start removing the stock, then you have to remove the entire bin. Okay, then additional stock will not be allowed.
So then it's following LIFO FIFO, right? That's what we're doing in a way.
Yeah. When we still FIFO cannot be guaranteed because this pallet and this pallet, they may have different date. This came on Monday, this came on Thursday. You might pick a Thursday one. There's no control.
So, but if you set it up now, put away block, for example, if you set this up, so even now the put away will be blocked, or it
No,
will allow the
please understand, on the first stock removal, that is the criteria.
Second, one question here, in storage bin master data level, the put away block is there, right? But that inactive, right? When we do this block.
That is different. Yeah, this is different.
So when you are saying on the first stock removal, now the warehouses keep working, right? We keep putting the pallet and we are keep removing the pallet, right? So here on the column, you can have a 5 pallet and you will be picking, you're doing the put away as well as you are doing the picking, right? At the same time, right? So then in that case, how this indicator will work?
See, first stock removed from the bin. So once you start removing stock from a bin, it will not allow you to add here.
No, but
you empty the bin.
Yeah, but that is what I'm trying to understand, because now my it has, like we said, we got a capacity of 24 number of HU.
Let's take this as example. There are 24 here.
Yeah, 24. When it is full, I totally get you.
Let's say it's not full. Let's say there are 15 here. Yeah. A new material comes in.
Yeah.
This bin is blocked or not? At this stage, let's say no, it's not blocked. Let's not blocked. Okay. Let's say
it's not.
I got 15. I placed 15 here. This bin is not blocked. Okay. I get 2 more pallets. I store them here. Yeah. Okay. I get 17. Still not blocked. I get 3 more. I'll still be able to store it.
Yeah.
I'll keep on adding till 24. It goes to the next one. No worries. Yeah. But I got 17. Yeah. Now system told me to pick one.
Yes.
I picked one from here. Yeah. Bin gets blocked. Now 3, 4, 5, whatever comes, they'll come here.
Okay. Yeah.
Until it becomes empty, this bin is blocked.
So that put away indicator, block indicator will supersede addition to the setting we did in the bin storage.
Yeah. Right? Bin is blocked. So it will supersede.
Because you have other, okay.
But then in that case, we are not underutilizing my warehouse. I get you to rotate it, but if you look at the real life, right? What operators do go and do, if we don't tell them which pallet need to be, for example, for the consumption, this is raw material which need to be consumed, right? So we don't tell them which pallet need to be picked up. We tell them, okay, get me this material. Now they pick up this material. Now this will block, the system will block this bin, right? Though that bin is not fully filled, but my system will not use this bin anymore to do the put away.
Yeah. So see, there has to be some striking balance depending on the nature of product and type of warehouse and the type of processes you use. So it's not blocking the entire other bins.
No,
They are
but it
available.
is.
They can be fully utilized for capacity. But if
But
you don't go with this blocking, let me complete. If you don't go with this blocking, are you not blocking? Are you not, compromising your FIFO too much? Right? FIFO compromise is there, but the bin at the corner will never be picked. You will pick one pallet at a time, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to pick 20 pallets. Very rarely, customers will ask that big number, or you're doing an STO. That bin, that item, that pallet will never get picked. See, in a stack, the operator has flexibility to pick a pallet. So he may never. Okay, let's say the FIFO pallet is right in the corner. He's not going to remove 23 pallets and take the oldest one. No way he's going to remove all those pallets.
True.
Can I ask one leading question on that? I might be jumping, but you can tell me. So if I'm doing this indicator, would it complement when I'm doing a what you call put away, and the other thing is called picking up? So is the same setting will restrict me to pick up from this aisle first or this section, because that should be the striking balance, right?
So once you
see
once you start picking, it will always take this bin, because the bin which has the old, let's say you have stock here in 2 bins, here and here. Okay, system will always take this bin because first the GR date, the older stock is here. So until you remove the last stock, which is at the corner, which is the oldest stock, the system will always take this one.
Okay, once you start, it follows. It is by default. There is no special setting.
Because the oldest stock is in the corner, right? The oldest stock is here. It will keep on determining this bin only till you empty this bin.
So if I start picking up from certain bin, it will always finish that bin in the bulk storage, basically.
Yes.
What we say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In picking, once you start picking, it always till it's empty, it will keep on giving you the same bin.
Okay.
It will be system determine picking. When we are doing manually, you can do whatever you want, but it will be for the system what it is proposing you.
Yeah, and we do 99% and we do FIFO.
Yeah.
And once complete all this picking process, this indicator will set automatically, move automatically.
Yes, it will automatically be unchecked. See, you asked me about that indicator. Yes, the same indicator put away block, you will see the same indicator will be set. Same indicator will be set, but yeah, and it will be unchecked automatically. But you cannot remove that indicator like you normally do. You can remove the indicator going in warehouse monitor, but this bulk block indicators you cannot remove.
But how system identify this unchecked background?
How system identifies the bin is blocked?
Yeah, no. See, once the complete all this stock, right, the first level bin put away indicator is removed, right? How the system determine?
System knows that. That's SAP program, standard program. Once it's config, and will remove it on its own.
So mean this blocking happen. This automatically get removed.
Automatically. Yes, that's what we'll also see in Outbound. As when we do outbound picking, we'll see that. Okay. You asked me about the time. I think this is the basically, you want to stop adding to the same bin after some time so that it goes to the next bin. So I haven't used it before, but yeah, if it's basically a time delay to avoid adding to the same bin. If it is too old, then you don't add it to the next bin. That's what it says. Okay, so let's come back to our delivery and complete the task creation.
Okay, this all configuration document available in lab activities, right?
Yes, they are available. So here you can see there are 50 orders. Each order has one task. Yeah, just keep observing this. Yeah, everything is integrated. So while you're testing, keep observing other things also, right? So here 50 orders are created, 50 tasks are created. Just have a quick glance at the orders and the tasks. For now, I'll just confirm them. I want to see the capacity at a bin level. Okay, so done my put away. Let's go to the storage bin. See here, you can see this is very important. Yeah. So 24, maximum choose 24. It didn't take, this it took from a config, whatever we have mentioned in a config. It is 20, 22, whatever it is. It will update here from that config. Then the number of HUs are 24, and here the number of HUs 2. The remaining one came here. And here, if the bins are blocked after stock removal, you will see this put away block will be set. Okay. And here you can see the bin is full, it is partial, it is empty, This also, gives business good insight, while they're observing their block storage. So yeah, we can go to them and just look at your handling methods. So this way, we can work with block storage, and we now have enough stock in our block storage. We can use this pallets now during picking. I think every day after we'll start outbound, and we'll execute. First step would be to execute a basic outbound. So one of the pallet we'll be picking, we'll see, what is how the picking works, how it blocks the pins, and how it. I hope we have set that config up, put away block thing. So how the config block works and how it impacts the overall next picks. Sure, I didn't set it. Let me do it so that you all can observe this behavior. So this was bulk storage.
So right now you put a tick back. So for the first time, we have to put that indicator, put away, right? Put away block.
So this indicator, even if I do it now, it doesn't matter because I haven't started picking.
Yeah. So yeah, for the first time, we have to make it active, or system will automatically make it active because
system will automatically. I don't have to manually do anything. So if I remove 4 pieces from a pallet, one pallet if I remove, maybe after you'll see that bin will be auto blocked, and always system will tell me to take stock from that bin.
So and this is because you have made that configuration, right? If you would have not made that configuration, it will not allow.
It will not block anything.
It will not block anything. Okay.
No. Which configuration? Sorry. Which configuration?
Can you go to the SPR? Is the one? Yeah, this one.
Yes, put away block.
No. But this initially, the put away block was not active, right? You just now made it active. So my question was that when I set it up initially, then I have to make this put away block active, or system will automatically do it.
When you do this config of the storage type, right?
Yeah,
you have to come and maintain this config. You have to say whether you need or you don't need. This entry was not there for my storage type. I maintained it. I said I want to allow partial and I want to allow the bins to be blocked. So this config will not be there, and you will get an error like I got. And you have to come and maintain it.
So I think the leading question is once the entire, because at the moment, right, we got put away is blocked, but once the entire aisle is finished, so all the pallets are gone, will that indicator will get deactivated by itself?
That's correct. Yeah.
But then do we have to come back again to put it, or no? It will just
this config. No, you don't have to do anything here. You
don't
just
have to
bin will be blocked. Indicator will be set here. Once you start removing, and then once the bin is empty, that block will be removed.
Block will be removed.
Yeah, automatically. I mean, you don't
not from the config, but from here, from at the
config is done. Now you don't have to go to config anymore.
Right. So bin at this monitor level.
Yeah, transaction level bin will be blocked. That's a master data.
Right.
And if we don't put that block, then nothing can have block, and we can have the same bit can be used every time we do the put away, right?
Yeah.
So Rohan, another thing, the handling unit so far we are generating, it's not it's just a numbering. We are not using SACC. So that we will be covering different later.
I think we did discuss our handling units in PackSpec, but I'm not using the packaging material for SACC.
Can we do that if next time we can set it up that next whenever we do any put away or production?
What we can do is we can quickly change it doesn't matter. We could have also done it here. So I'll just change my packaging material here to an SACC. P34 2000. I think one thing we have missed. Let us see, the posting is made in ERP or not for this finished. We will do a lot of not here. I think I need to do it for Euro wallet, isn't it? Client make it a YN01. Someone was to generate a CCC. I think one thing we have not checked is whether the receipt has posted in ERP or not, because since in outbound it will create outbound deliveries. Just want to make sure the availability is there. Yes, the good receipt has been posted. 561 has been posted.
I have one question. See, whenever happened in EWM against inbound delivery, this virus was created in the system, right? See, when this virus was created, the PCN will create from to ERP, and the same posted in ERP, right? But in that, we need some backend configuration, right? The storage depth setup, mapping of storage depth to storage location. That is basic. That step setup is enough, or any specific setup required to integrate TCN from ERP.
During put away?
Yeah, during put away.
Yeah, no other settings required.
Basic settings is enough. Am I right?
I'm not sure what basic settings you're asking, but these settings are enough.
No. Basic setting means this mapping of storage type and storage location. We have different storage location, right?
You can see on my screen, right? This configuration is enough.
Define availability group, define stock type availability group. Okay, the settings required. Okay.
This is enough. Nothing else you need. No config on the ERP side. Nothing. System will automatically do the posting changes. And we did test it. When we were testing availability group. Supply chain unit hierarchy. We did discuss. See, supply chain unit hierarchy is, it's where it's just keep it simple. Just understand it like how you assign a plant to a shipping point to a plant. It's the same thing. You assign supply chain unit of your warehouse to the supply chain unit of your shipping point. That's it. The assignment is, it's just, like a assignment we do at an org structure level in ERP. That's it.
Yeah, that's I agree. I agree your point. Actually, it's a combination of shipping point and plant. Okay, I agree your point. In hierarchy, we give this combination, both the combination plant and shipping point. But in our EWM scenario, in which business scenario it will work out?
It will work out in your inbound. If you have not maintained, it will fail. Inbound delivery will not get created.
All the scenario, this is mandatory.
Inbound and outbound. So where do you use shipping points? Inbound and outbound. There only it is mandatory.
But I thought that only SU is enough, not required.
No, you need to maintain the hierarchy also.